Welcome to Step 4, Scenario Planning, Mapping Potential Futures to Inform Present Decisions. In the last step, we explored weak signals and uncertainties. Now it's time to take those signals and uncertainties and build them into scenarios that will shape our strategic thinking. In this fourth step of the 10-step Multiverz Actionable Futures Process, we will turn the weak signals and uncertainties to develop multiple scenarios, challenge assumptions, identify potential risks and opportunities, and expand your strategic vision. This exercise isn't about predicting a single future, but empowerment and strategic readiness. In the words of Alan Kay, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. This quote reminds us that we're not just watching the future unfold, we're actively shaping it. This is exactly what scenario planning is about. There are two scenario planning frameworks to choose from in this step, the GBN framework and the change progression model. Let's break down the first one. The GBN framework is named after the consulting firm, Global Business Network, that developed it. This framework helps us create several different but believable future scenarios based on uncertainties. Here's how the GBN framework works. Choose two uncertainties, two weak signals, or a combination of both. Plot the two chosen uncertainties or signals or both on the X and Y axes, ranging from low impact to high impact. Where the axes intersect, you'll get 4 quadrants. Each of these quadrants represents a different possible future scenario by the combination of low and high uncertainties or weak signals. Now, for each quadrant, imagine a future scenario shaped by the combination of those two chosen uncertainties or weak signals. This is where your creativity comes in, along with the research you've done so far. For example, what might a future look like with high AI advancements but limited AI regulation? What about a world with low AI advancements but high regulation of AI? Each quadrant will give you a different scenario based on the mix of those two uncertainties. For every quadrant, build a unique narrative. Think creatively while staying grounded in uncertainties and/or weak signals you've identified. Consider how these scenarios might affect technology, society, the economy, and even people's day-to-day lives. Now let's write each scenario down in the form. On the main page of Step 4, select the GBN framework. Then a form will pop up. Scroll down to find the list of weak signals and uncertainties you input in the previous step. Next, choose two uncertainties and/or weak signals. Whatever you choose, pick the two most impactful and probable uncertainties or weak signals on the list. Then build a unique narrative for each scenario, which is based on the mix of those two uncertainties or weak signals. Next, add URLs and supporting documents as references. Add citations for further exploration and credibility. Last, if you use generative AI in the process, share the tool and prompts that you used. Remember, our goal isn't to predict the future exactly. Instead, we're exploring different plausible futures. This process helps us challenge our assumptions and prepare for multiple possible outcomes. In the second part of this video, we'll delve into the change progression model as another strategy for scenario planning. Stay tuned.